Hey friends, this is Teresa. This week I am going to be talking to you a lot about resilience. I think that resilience is something that we don't often have an understanding of. So I thought, in light of this season, as we're recovering from the holidays and the busyness from Thanksgiving to the end of the year, resilience is something that is on my mind. What is resilience? How do you cultivate resilience? How do you know what resilience even is? The dictionary says that resilience is the capacity to overcome difficulties very quickly. It even likens it to toughness. I actually don't think that toughness is part of it. Resilience to me isn't just about toughing it out and suck it up, buttercup, and put on your big girl boots and get on. That's not it. Resilience is like this rubber band. Resilience is like a rubber band that's brand new. When I stretch it, it's taut. And when I let it go, it goes back to its original state. But if I kept tugging on this rubber band over and over and over time, it would lose its stretch. It would lose its springiness. That's resilience, and that's what happens inside of every one of us. It is actually not something that we are always born to know how to do. We don't wake up with this knowing of how to be resilient. It's something that we learn to cultivate within ourselves. We learn to work on ourselves over the years. It actually comes because we are faced with challenges that we have to learn how to be resilient in. One example in my life, when I was a single mom with 5 kids, I worked in the ICU and I worked in the ER. I worked in both departments, and every day I knew the day and the time I had to be there. I never knew which department I was going to be in until I got there. Think about it, those are very high stress areas. I would get there and I never knew what to expect. I would hit the ground running, and it was bells and alarms and all kinds of sounds and noises and chaos day after day after day. I was fortunate to have time in the car going to and from work. That helped to prepare me mentally and emotionally. What I would do on the way into work is I would pray, I would listen to quiet music, I would maybe listen to scripture or an audible book. And that really helped to get me ready. Mentally, I would sometimes eat breakfast, sometimes I would intermittent fast. It depends on what I was focusing on in my health. And that prepared me. But on the way home, it was completely different. On the way home, I sat in silence for a half an hour because I'm an introvert. And so that fed my soul. I can give and give, and I've learned how over the years to interact with people. But introverts really need their solitude, they need their silence. I would take the time on my way home to be quiet, really not think about anything. I just clear my mind, just take the chaos of the day and set it aside so that I was ready to be present for my kids when I got home. Every day was different. There was chores and homework and supper and things like that. And that really helped me. But resilience can be what you do to feed your body, making sure you have good nutrition and learning what foods make you feel good and what foods make you feel unwell, make you feel brain foggy or painful or tummy ache or whatever. It can be learning what feeds your soul, what relationships build you up, learning where you want to spend time with those and set boundaries and things like that. It can be learning how to mentally prepare yourself, getting rid of limiting beliefs and conflicting beliefs, and learning to stop negative self-talk and gratitude journaling. Of course, we always talk about that. It's really important. It's not just important for people with chronic pain and chronic fatigue. It's important for all of us, but it's especially important for people who have chronic issues because if we are not taking the time to care for ourselves, our resilience, like this rubber band, eventually it'll lose that give and we won't be able to bounce back. We will just wake up and feel completely depleted. It is a skill. It's not something that we just innately learn how to do. And it's something that I think that we should all take the time to really learn about ourselves and find out what works for us and what does not. I would love to hear from you. What do you think resilience is, and what do you do as part of your routine to build yourself up and to help cultivate resilience within yourself? I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay tuned for more.